Our special report at 7 o'clock on June 8th, or is it 8 o'clock June 7th? 7 o'clock June 8th.
You got it.
Right, the first time when Emory will be profiling all 12 of those very special teachers. That's the News Beat at 5. Thanks for watching.
The News Beat at 6 starts right now.
Good evening. The big story tonight is a breaking story. Just minutes ago, the sister of a murdered Bloomfield Hills doctor completed a polygraph test. Police are working on leads tonight in the case of who killed Dr. Deborah Iverson. She was the doctor who was murdered in Macomb County 2 weeks ago. They have finished a lie detector test on one of Dr. Iverson's closest relatives. Our Kevin Dietz is on top of this investigation and has the latest right now from Pontiac. Kevin.
Well, Emory, it seems like they're eliminating suspects one by one. Yesterday, the husband, Robert Iverson, was eliminated by passing a polygraph or lie detector test. Today, it was Debbie Iverson's sister's turn. She came in late this afternoon to take that polygraph test. She came out just about 10 minutes ago where she and a detective here at the Oakland County Sheriff's Department said she passed that test with flying colors. What can you tell us about the test that you just took, and why did you take it?
It's really important we get closure on this, and I just think there's someone out there that's running around who killed my sister, and I just can't even imagine this.
They say that eliminating suspects is important because it allows them to focus on other possible leads, but so far there haven't been any great leads. The leads are really leading nowhere. You remember the 2 bank checks that we talked about that were cashed on Dr. Debbie Iverson's bank account? Well, police analyzed those checks looking for unfamiliar fingerprints. They did find one fingerprint, but when they matched it, or tried to match it with the computer of all known criminals in the country, they were not able to come up with a match. That and the fact that the banks were not able to take any video camera shots of the people who cashed the checks means the people who cashed those checks still remain a mystery tonight. Now, there is a new photograph being released of Debbie Iverson. This photograph shows her with shorter hair and lighter hair, and it depicts her better the day she disappeared. This is what she looked like. Investigators are sorting out some 300 tips in this case, hoping that they get that one key tip that breaks this case open. But so far, they say their best leads are eliminating suspects one by one. They're still looking for more help, Emory.
Investigation goes on. Kevin Dietz, thank you very much. Asha?
Well, Emory, a group of kids are making it clear they want Stanley. Tonight, the Red Wings play their biggest game of the year in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals against the Colorado Avalanche. And today, the News Beat's Roger Weber talked to some 2nd and 3rd graders who put in writing how badly they want Stanley.
The kids at Flanders Elementary painfully saw the Wings fizzle in games 1 and 2. So Mrs. Blanchard's 2nd and 3rd graders decided to give their heroes some advice.
I would like to tell you how you might be able to beat the Avalanche tonight. Coffee passes it to Eiserman, passes it to Fedorov. I'm just saying, work hard on winning the Stanley Cup. Our class is similar to your team. We work together like your team, and being a team means to work together and help each other a lot.
Now, they put those letters together in a book, and the teacher sent that book to Associate Coach Dave Lewis, and guess what? It's in Denver right now, and some of the Wings have seen it.
Just maybe, this will put them over the hump.
No doubt about it.
This book in your little class
This book will do it.
beats
Absolutely.
the Avalanche.
I'm sure.
The most fervent appeal comes from Nikki Hansen.
Hit the puck straight at the goal and hit it hard. Together you win, divided you lose. Well, I have 3 words left to say, and they are, Go Red Wings!
Great letter. So who would have predicted this surprising exchange?
You are a big Red Wings fan, aren't you?
Not really. I don't like hockey that much.
You don't like hockey? You wrote a wonderful letter to them.
Yeah.
And you're wearing look at you, you're wearing a Red Wings t-shirt.
Yeah.
And you're not...
Stevie Eiserman.
But you're not a hockey fan?
No, I'm not.
Well, why would you be wearing the t-shirt and writing all these great things?
Oh, well, the teacher said so.
That's what they always say. The teacher made me do it. Well, we're live now at Penny's at Oakland Mall, where I can guarantee you we have lots of fans to turn Nikki into a Red Wing fan. 3,500 people who have been lined up here to pose with the real Stanley Cup, the one dating back over 100 years with 1,500 names on it. I want to show you an eagle eye shot now to give you an idea of how this line is stretching down the hallways and outside the building. It is now a 3-hour wait to get in to see the Stanley Cup, and they have cut the line off. So nobody else can pose with the Stanley Cup, but if you want to come by and just look at it sometime tonight at the mall, you can do it. So after they get done with that, they'll go back to their TV sets and watch the game. And who's going to win the game tonight? Asher, I don't think I heard a single person say the Avalanche. Back to you.
I didn't hear anybody else either, Roger. Okay, thanks for that report.
Okay.
Well, the Stanley Cup is in our area right now. If you'd like to see the cup and have your picture taken with it, it will be at Oakland Mall until 8 o'clock tonight. Then you have to hurry home, as Roger said, and watch the game at 8:30. Tomorrow, the cup will be at Southland Mall from 10 in the morning until 8 p.m. at night.
In Novi this evening, police are hoping you can help them solve the murder of a Detroit woman. 38-year-old Verna Annette Brown was found stabbed to death behind a landscaping company in Novi on May 18th. Police want to talk with this man. He is one of 4 white men seen in a car in Detroit 3 hours earlier, the last time anyone saw Verna Brown alive. He has short honey blonde hair, is in his early 30s. Anyone with information about this man should, or the murder itself, should contact the Novi Police Department at area code 810-348-4481. Remember that airplane crash in Colombia that killed 160 people? Well, one of the 4 survivors is a U of M Dearborn student who is suing American Airlines. Mauricio Reyes was going home for a visit to Colombia when the plane crashed on December 20th. He had severe trauma and leg injuries, and he also needed surgery. His suit was filed in Miami, where the flight originated. The lawsuit claims pilot error caused that crash.
Tonight, we want you to welcome 3 new additions to Detroit's Peregrine falcon family. The Newsbeat's Paula Tutman was with scientists from the Department of Natural Resources as they checked out a nesting box high above Grand Boulevard.
The healthy squawking of 3-week-old Peregrine falcon chicks is music to the ears of Department of Natural Resources biologists who made a perilous 5-story ascent on the outside of the Fisher Building to inspect and band a brand new brood of chicks. DNR photographer Dave Kenyum shot this incredible video as the nestlings were plucked from their perch.
Okay, let's put that one in there. Keep your hand on it so it doesn't jump.
As the chicks are removed, the parents panic and dive-bomb the biologists. The parents, a 3-year-old female named H, and the male, Speedster, a 2-year-old offspring from the brood at the Cadillac Book Building, are very territorial. Good parents, they feed their young by hunting pigeons in mid-air. Look at this incredible video as H hits a pigeon once, twice, 3 times to bring food to her young. Feathers literally fly. That one barely escapes with its life, but the birds of prey have done well in their digs in the shadow of the General Motors building. Inside, the chicks are inspected.
Look at the lice. Is that a lice? Is there something you can do for that, or? No. Yeah.
They're given antibiotics to boost their immune system, and then they're banded so they can be identified if they migrate anywhere in the country or Canada. And then they're returned to a brand new nesting box equipped with a camera, so everyone visiting the Fisher Building can watch Mother Nature doing her part to repopulate the Peregrine falcon species. Paula Tutman, Newsbeat.
The largest of the falcons has been named JP after the late JP McCarthy. The others are named Fisher and Edison.
Those are incredible birds.
Yeah,
to
they're
watch fly.
adorable.
This has been one of the most incredible springs, or lack of one, that I can remember, and I guess there's a danger for plants out tonight.
That's right. Chuck Gatica is here with a very chilly outlook. Hi, Chuck.
Well, hi there. We've had a blue sky day, pretty sunshine, but the wind has really been cooking. That is going to calm down tonight, and then we have the dry air sitting on top of us, so that will allow the temperatures to really cool off, give back what little heat we got during the day. And there is a risk of frost, especially if you're away from the city, out in the boonies and the burbs tonight. You might want to cover those plants up. Not with plastic, newspaper, bed sheets, that might be the best. Take a look at school bell weather for tomorrow morning. We're looking at 40 degrees at 8 a.m. It will probably be colder than that just prior to 8. 68 degrees for the afternoon high. So yes, temperatures will rebound nicely. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine again, but tonight there is that threat of frost, mainly away from the city. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about tonight. A weekend whoop-de-doo warm-up. We'll have the allergy report, boat and beach report. I'll pack it all in a few minutes.
Whoop-de-doo.
Okay.
All right. You are in good shape, perhaps, but how about the state of Michigan? See the healthiest state around in a minute.
And it's vicious, the battle to be your cable TV company. See how they're slashing prices and how it actually might be hurting you.
You're watching the News Beat at 6 with Emery King and Ruth Spencer, Van Earl Wright Sports, and Chuck Adeca's Big Picture Forecast.
Closed captioning is brought to you as a public service by the makers of New Arutas KT, the potent medicine for pain. So potent, just 25 milligrams relieves even tough headaches.
There's a chain of sights and neon lights that ties us together. So pack up your binoculars. The Toyota Summer Drive sales event is on. Run into your dealer now and see the hallmarks of this land in a classy Avalon or at a special lease of just $229 a month. Hit the road in a Camry DX. We're talking best car built in America. But hurry, because there's great values on Camrys and a 1,000,000 mileposts to go. So drive.
Well, here it is. Game 7, World Championship. Game sold out, of course, except for 2 tickets some radio stations giving away. 2 courtside, in-your-face tickets, and they're dialing your number. But you quit treating your high blood pressure. So you had a stroke. You're dead. No tickets, no next time.
Styles may change, quality lasts. It is upon that bedrock philosophy that the Munder family of mutual funds is built. A broad framework of funds, many based on quality companies with consistent earnings growth. If you seek solid long-term results, consider the body of facts. Consider Munder. Because things change, but quality lasts. Call your financial consultant or Munder. Investments for all seasons.
Who better to ask about the Eagle Vision than a guy who drives hundreds of cars every day, like a valet parking attendant? So what'd you think?
Eagle Vision's very impressive. I love the 214 horses, speed-sensitive steering, traction control, the anti-lock disc brakes, the manual shifting capability of that auto stick system, not to mention the extra control it offers.
You forgot about the CD player. I believe these are yours.
Now get $1,500 cash back on Eagle Vision TSI.
Hey guys, you'll score points in lightweight blazers and wool blend slacks for about half what you'd pay in the department store. Make a fast break to Burlington Coat Factory. They're more than great coats.
There could be a serious fire hazard in your kitchen right now.
And there's quite a cable battle heating up in Wayne County. And our business reporter, Rod Maloney, is here now with those stories. Hello, Rod.
Hi, Emery. Everybody watching tonight is going to want to grab a pencil and paper because you might have a fire danger in your kitchen. Tonight, there's a recall underway of Whirlpool and Kenmore dishwashers, and I'll go slowly here so you can get it all written down. Wiring in the door latch of the dishwashers might overheat and cause a fire. No one's been hurt, but Whirlpool has received 20 claims of property damage. Sears sold about half of the 500,000 dishwashers Whirlpool recalled. The recall affects Whirlpool dishwashers with the model numbers beginning with DU8, DP8, DU9, and GDP. The Kenmore dishwasher with the serial numbers ranging from FA2400000 through FA5299999. Now, to have your dishwasher fixed, you need to call an 800 number that you see on the screen there, 800-874-9471. Competition in business is normal, but boy, can it get cutthroat too. And that's what some cable television customers in the Plymouth and Canton areas are finding out. They're calling it a cable war.
Days of Our Lives, NBC, Channel 4. And it started at 1 and it runs to 2. So, it's great.
Plymouth Township cable TV viewer Carol Carley is thrilled with her new Ameritech service. She gets a new fancy remote, a computerized listing of what she's watching, and more channels for less money. She switched from Continental Cable last week, and...
Well, Continental pulled, straight down this driveway, stopped right here and got out, and literally, just came over here and went snip, snip, and then jumped back in the truck, and off he was.
It so upset Carol, she took pictures. That same Continental Cable guy hit 4 other area houses the same way, snipping wires into and out of clearly marked Ameritech cable boxes. How angry are they?
Very angry, let me tell you.
Ameritech's Sarah Snyder didn't like it either.
This latest malicious attack is simply goes too far.
Was this a deliberate action?
Well, no, it wasn't a deliberate action.
Continental's Bill Black says the wire-snipping cable guy is still with the company, but not doing any more disconnects.
You know, we apologize for that. This was an isolated action by one of our contractors who disconnected these 5 customers in a manner which really is inconsistent with our policy.
137 to this one. And the cable war spread this afternoon to a Canton neighborhood. Ameritech contractors putting in their new lines right next to Continental's old and newly refurbished lines cut Continental's. Both companies' workers stood side by side trying to get their work done.
Things like this are going to happen. We're just trying to handle things in a way that inconvenience customers in the least.
I'd never go back. I would never go back. I'd go get myself a dish before I'd go back to Continental.
Ouch. Looking around any office building these days, you'll see people carrying and drinking bottled water. But if you've ever found yourself wishing it would have the same caffeine kick as coffee or soda, your dream came true today. Water Joe Artesian Water is here. The caffeine-enhanced drink is bottled just outside of Chicago, and it's the brainchild of a mortgage broker. And it does not taste any different. We've passed them around here. It doesn't really taste any different, does it?
It says here on the bottle, caffeine, believe in it.
It tastes like just regular water. So it tastes good. All right, thanks, Rob.
All right, Rob, we got to go.
Okay, bye.
Well, you do the right things to stay healthy. At least most of you do. But we'll show you how the state's health stacks up ahead.
We got to go. We got to go. First, here's what's new on the nightly news at 6:30.
Tonight, a moment of crisis, living in the eye of a storm. How did people survive this real-life twister? You won't believe what our cameras revealed. Don't miss NBC Nightly News tonight.
Hello, everybody. We're live in Denver, where tonight the Red Wings will either force a Game 7 or start planning their tee times for the off-season. Coming up in sports, we'll have a preview.
Winning. With the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme Series 1, it starts with a long list of standard features, a powerful V6 engine, and a price that's thousands less than the leading imports. Also, for a limited time, a lease that's only $239 a month. Sounds like a winner to me. It's your money.
It's our big sale on Sealy Posturepedic sleep sets. With the sizes and comfort choices you want, all priced to move fast. All Sealy Posturepedic sleep sets come with the patented Dome Steel Span 2 foundation and the exclusive Sense and Respond support system with sensory arm. So save now on our Sealy Posturepedic sleep sets. With prices this low, you'll sleep even better.
Starting as low as $99 twin each piece. Introducing the new full-time four-wheel drive Lexus LX 450. It's everything a Lexus is, and everything a Lexus isn't. For a test climb, see Need Lexus Sterling Heights.
The obsessive desire to rent or buy a movie is known as Gots to Habits. When you get it, go to Blockbuster Video. All the great new releases will displace Gots to Habits with the profound feeling of
In any business, you've got to fight to stay on top. But for an assassin, the competition can be murder. Sylvester Stallone, Antonio Banderas, Assassin. Directed by Richard Donner from Warner Home Video, rated R. Rented tonight.
We're sending some of this caffeine water, Joe, out to the Red Wings.
We have a few bottles here.
I got one word for you, Van Earl, right? One question at least. These guys going to do it or what?
I tell you, I'm nervous. Why should I be nervous? This is supposed to be fun and exciting. I guess I'm nervous because if they lose, that means we're going to be forced to talk about the Tigers. Oh, well, we won't talk about that right now. You know, that Avalanche group, they're sounding pretty cocky. As a matter of fact, the general consensus in the Colorado locker room is that the Red Wings are pretty darn lucky to win Game 5 last Monday night in Joe Louis Arena. Listen to what goalie Patrick Waugh had to say about that Game 5.
It won't happen every night that Kozlov's going to hit a puck in the air 3 feet in the air and put the puck in the net. It won't happen that Konstantinov's going to try to hit the Did he try to hit the side of the net or he tried to score? Anyway, I think he hit the side of the net and bounced right back on Kozlov's stick, and then he scored, not Kozlov, but Larionov, and it was an empty net. It was 2-0 for them, and I thought that was 2 lucky breaks.
Well, think what you might there, Patrick. Why? Because it also is a little skill there on the Red Wings side of the hockey rink. As tough a foe as Colorado has been, though, in this series, injuries have been a more formidable foe for the Red Wings. Fred Heumann has more in this MASH report.
The Red Wing MVP for the playoffs might end up being athletic therapist John Wharton. He now has his watchful eye on Keith Primo, who missed Game 5 with a groin pull, and no, he wasn't out because he was being benched, and he didn't yank himself out of the lineup.
Anytime I've ever had an injury, I've gone to John Wharton and said, I'm sore, and if you can put somebody else healthy in the lineup, you can, but you're not pulling me out. I won't pull myself out of the lineup. If you guys make the decision, then I can live with that, but never pull myself out.
Another potential problem Primo faces is the chance Scotty Bowman won't want to play him. After all, Scotty loves to play the percentages, and the Wings were flying without Primo in Game 5.
Maybe have to put a little something in his lunch.
Keith Primo spent a limited amount of time on the ice with limited exertion. His call will be a game-time decision. Meanwhile, Paul Coffey never got his skates on. He spent the morning with his new best friend, the exercise bike, and Coffey is reporting feeling much better.
I feel better than I did the other day, and each day gets better and better.
Well, we can assume if you played under those circumstances the other night, you're in tonight, aren't you?
Definitely in tonight. You know, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Another message from Coffey on all the bandwagon jumping back in Detroit. Hey, folks, this is supposed to be fun, so let it be.
You know, I watch sports to enjoy the game. I don't want sports to go home and beat my dog up and throw furniture around. I mean, I don't think people have to get so much into it. Just watch it for the enjoyment. I mean, it's not over, so it's over. I mean, we're out there doing our best, and, you know, the bad thing about it is one team has to win and one team has to lose.
I guess that's a little bit easier said than done, and a lot easier when you're playing the game as opposed to watching it. Keith Primo did talk to us before or when he arrived at the arena, and he said he'll make his decision after he goes through warm-ups. Steve Eisenman is 99.9% to play tonight. Well, at least the Red Wings, or a few of them, did have a little break from the stress yesterday at their hotel. A few of them, coaches Dave Lewis and Barry Smith and Mark Bergevin, had a rather encounter with nature. Dave Lewis tells that story.
I invited them down by the lake yesterday and to take a look at them, and they were maybe 40 yards away with their little ones, and as soon as they spotted us, we walked out and looked at them, and the male attacked us, wings flapping, coming. Mark Bergevin, with his muscles and his strength and his size, almost knocked Barry Smith and myself into the door so he could get into safety inside. He returned about 10 seconds later with a ping pong bat, said, "I'm going to get you." And the goose was still there. He just shut the door and started to play ping pong.
They'll drop the puck around 8:35 tonight right here at McNichols Arena, and we'll have a post-game report coming for you on the night beat at 11 o'clock. Asha and Emery.
Fingers crossed. See you later.
Got that
Or
right.
relax and
Positive
watch the game.
attitude.
All right. Thanks, Daniel. In Lifestyles, we all worry about the state of our health, but what about the health of the state? A new survey ranks Michigan as the 42nd healthiest state in the nation. Not very good. The least healthy state in the study is Arkansas. The study looked at a number of factors, including infant mortality rates, childhood immunizations, and percent of adults who smoke.
There are a lot of smokers here in Michigan.
Yeah, we need to work on this.
After tonight's spring frost, things are looking up. Oh, Davis smokes.
Chuck Gatica shows you that we're having an overdue warm-up later on when he takes you flying with a big picture coming up next.
What if it never happened? What if the ambulance was never called? So you're not in an emergency room because your health plan provided a nurse to help you manage your condition. Suppose you never had an asthma attack because your health plan is M-Care. M-Care, designed by the University of Michigan. A plan for life.
Thinking about a facelift, eyelid surgery? How about dermabrasion or chemical peel? Too late. They've all been replaced by the Laser Lift, breakthrough laser technology that removes wrinkles, blemishes, and scars with a non-surgical, in-office, relatively painless procedure.
I'm Dr. Stephen Gretchen, director of the Skin Rejuvenation Institute. Please come to my free seminar, and I'll show you how I can lift 10 years off your face.
Call toll-free 1-888-LASER-LIFT. That's a free call, 1-888-LASER-LIFT.
It's thunder on the river. The hydroplanes take Detroit by storm, and Channel 4 takes you right into the middle of the action. On Friday night, get a preview of all the racing excitement. Your hosts Chuck Gatick and Steve Garagiola spotlight the boats, the drivers, the parties. Then on Sunday, start your engines. Channel 4 brings you live coverage of hydroplane racing at its best. Watch Here Come the Hydroplanes, Friday at 7, and Race Day on the River live. The Chrysler Jeep APBA Gold Cup race Sunday beginning at 2:30 on Channel 4. Go for it.
Take a look at these clothes. They're really on the ball. And at Burlington Coat Factory, you can get them for about half what you'd pay in the department store. You'll score points in fine quality and designer suits. You'll be at the top of your game in lightweight blazers and wool blend slacks. You'll jump for wrinkle-free cotton pants, terrific banded collar shirts, and very cool vests. So come on, guys, take a fast break to Burlington Coat Factory.
They're more than great coats.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. The big sale at Bloomfield Dodge and Southfield Chrysler Jeep. Every Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep, Eagle, and Dodge truck are on sale. This Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Bloomfield Dodge on Telegraph north of Square Lake Road and Southfield Chrysler Jeep on the south side of the Tel 12 Mall. The big sale, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 9.
Newsbeat weather is brought to you by Bloomfield Dodge, Southfield Chrysler Jeep.
Emery apparently likes the water, Joe. You've been drinking yours all the time.
Yeah, look at mine. Right out of that Detroit City tap, and it's free.
But no caffeine.
No.
And it's bouncing off the walls.
But I can get a little of that in there for less than $1 a bottle, don't you think? Yeah, let's figure this out. We got to figure out an idea to sell. Take water, put caffeine, and put it in a bottle, sell it to people. Take a look now at numbers for the day. How about some soup with cabbage in it? Do you think that would sell?
That'll sell.
Yeah, allergy report today. Pollen is high. Oak, birch, and mulberry trees are the culprits, and you see the mold now is moderate. And if you're going out on the water, ooh, be careful. The waves are going to subside from those levels we're talking about on the bottom of the stream. Skies will be clear, but that north-northeast wind is cooking. Lake Huron, 2 to 5 foot waves. There's a small craft advisory in effect in Lake Erie, but it will calm as we head through the night. Outside now, numbers for the day, 64 and 50 the spread. Normals are pictured along with the records for you, too. Outside this hour, here's where we go, looking at a sunny sky, 62 degrees, very dry, cool, stable air with us, but we've got a storm that's helping to drive that wind around it. Humidity at 36%, that's the dry part. Barometric pressure, 30.06 and falling, and the wind blowing out of the northeast at 17 with gusts at 21 miles per hour. You can see where we are now. We've got the clear sky. What doesn't tell the whole story is low pressure. Close to the ground, low pressure is anchored across the mid-Atlantic, but in the upper levels of the atmosphere, there's low pressure circulating. You can see that counterclockwise flow with the clouds, and we're being squeezed in between that low to the east and the high pressure that's coming down from the north. So those winds are really cooking out of the northeast, building those waves on the lakes. You can see that system now all wound up. The main area of storminess is much farther south. Along the mid-Atlantic, we take you flying back down toward Florida and bring you back home, and you can see where we are. Up to the north, we've got the fair skies, still some showers close to the Ohio River. A little farther south, northern Georgia, parts of the Carolinas getting showers and thunderstorms. Same thing is true of the Florida Peninsula stretching back across the Gulf Coast states. Topside view again. Cloudiness is down here. That's been eroding all day long as that ridge of high pressure pushes down from the north. But with it, the fair sky, the lighter winds tonight, and the cool air. There is a risk of some frost, especially away from the city tonight. So be careful if you got all those plants in the ground or even in the flats. I've still got a few like that. High pressure comes in, winds calm, but we keep the sunshine around through the week. Yeah, here's the forecast then for tonight. Clear and cool. Could be frosty out there, so be careful. Little plants, help me, help me. 37 for the low. Then tomorrow, 70 the eventual high. You know, dry air cools off quickly, but it warms up pretty quick too. Lots of sun. Friday, sunny, 75, and then Saturday, 76. Sunday, 78, chance of a scattered thunderstorm. But today, if you're a former Chicagoan, you know the Hawk was talking.
I know about the Hawk.
That wind was going, man.
Thanks, Chuck. Devin Skillian is in the newsroom with what's coming up on the Night Beat at 11.
Well, Ash and Emery, we know how much kids like to put things in their mouths. That can be so dangerous because so many dangerous things around your house look similar to things that kids like. New at 11 will show you some of the hidden poisons inside your home. It's a story every parent should see tonight on the Night Beat.
That's the News Beat at 6. Thanks for watching.
Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Join us. Go Wings.